Okay, let's go.
Awesome. Sorry about the cut off. I think I'll just sort my Zoom before our next class.
That's cool.
Right. So we're talking about the sales. What do you call it? The sales cycle. All go
Sales
about
cycle,
like
yeah.
in a circle stuff. Like I did try explain. If you have a GPS, that's what literally this prospecting, predictable prospecting is all about. Having a clear cut understanding. You understand where and how. I'm here. This is where I want to go. This is where my teams are. This is where we want to be. This is what we want to achieve. It does help you. I was talking about sales presentation. There's no need wasting time when you know you're not going to close or you're not speaking or talking to the right people and you don't want them to buy. Every presentation is about that you get at least one person say yes to you. And now if he doesn't, it's not forthcoming. The question is, have you looked at your sales presentation? Have you handled the objections in it? I'll give you an instance. If you're with people who are scared, yes, almost everyone gets scared, especially when they need to give out money. Every new opportunity is a scam. Something they don't know is fraud. But thinking to say, you know what? I'm used to X. Can I maybe give a small opening understanding to maybe this new thing? Not everyone has that. So all of these you need to factor in while you're busy with your presentation. You have to look at 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and what you are right now. The things you did in the past, or actions you took, decisions you made, and with what you now know today, you can do differently. Yes, they'll say yes. Okay, there's another 5 years coming. There's another 10 years. There's another 2 years coming. The difference between how you go from here, and you don't have to be there again and look back with regret, is the decision you make today. It is the decision we make daily, consciously or unconsciously, that shapes our lives. That's how our lives are made. That's how who succeeds, who doesn't succeed. This is all how it all happens. So these are what you need to figure out while you engage your people. The 7 stages of sales circles, the same thing. Make contact, qualify the prospect, nurture your prospect, present your offer, overcome their objections, then close the deal. It's as easy as that. But again, it's easy when you have a blueprint, a framework you work with. For example, if I'm talking to someone who is completely new to multi-level marketing, this approach is what I use. Those things need to be spelled out. You need to have them written down. When I'm speaking to people who are already in multi-level marketing, okay, I go by the script. When I find myself in a space where I have mixed people, so you have to have a clear cut. This is how I kickstart the conversation. This is how I go about it. This is how I touch. Even before they raise objection, you are already dealing with those things. How about the decisions you never made 2 years ago, 5 years ago? Has anything changed in your life? Do you think if you have done the opposite? Maybe. So these are somehow you begin to deal with those thinking. Now, people resist new things. Why? Because we used to comfort zone. But again, we all know that nothing grows in a comfort space. Something just have to discomfort you to step out. That's how you begin to deal with some of those mindset that has to do with should I not? Indecisiveness. Nobody becomes successful being indecisive. Now, why am I pointing out these little tips and pointers to handle objections? Because you have to, like, even before you get started, think 5 times, 10 times ahead of the client. That's how you deal with their objection. So what is included in a sales strategy? Different types of sales strategies. You can give your business or your approach to how you get example, a 30 days, a 60-day, a 90-day sales plan. But yes, we have a 12-month plan. We are breaking it into 30 days. We break it down into 60 days. We break it down into 90 days. These are part of how and what helps your blueprint, your navigation GPS to be easy and seamless. So you're not doing lots of mistakes and try and error and all of that. Not because you wouldn't probably not fail, but if you must fail, at least fail in the one you never knew, the one you were not pre-warned or forearmed, and something completely maybe new, something you've never heard of. But again, there are different, like if you go on Google now, different kinds of objections in multi-level marketing. You can just read through and understand what people always say, the kind of objections, and maybe how to respond, then curate it into your own words and use it in your presentation. So I want to share like quickly 12 sales steps, sales strategy, but 12 steps for better prospecting and to be able to get better results. Here's number one. State your company, vision, mission, and positioning. That is so important. Why is it important? You don't want to be busy with everyone. You want as a company to know, for example, the auto business you have. Imagine someone is not interested in shipping and is just coming to the office every day. What for? Why taking a chunk of your time? You should be doing something else. He doesn't intend to, doesn't want to bring someone, doesn't have any plan to do in the future, like just nothing. So your company needs to be clear, or your goal as an individual, you have to be clear with, I do X, Y, Z. I don't do X, Y, Z. Imagine MTN going into banking. Just imagine that. Imagine a premiership now is now cricket or is now rugby. Knowing fully well these two sports have different audience, different fan base, different people who likes it, who enjoys for what it is. So you have to be clear, this is the one we do as a business. Your vision is there to guide you, and your positioning, your strategic positioning is there also to help you so you don't even derail. Step number two, describe your target market. Who are the kind of people we want to work with? Who are the types of people that we could help? I tell you, sir, it doesn't matter how good you are, you cannot help everyone. Doesn't matter how nice your programs are, it cannot help everyone. So why not look for the 1, the 5, the 10? Sometimes we use the word tribes, who connect with you, who are hungry for what you want to tell them, who really wants to give it an opportunity. I'm sure you're looking at, even while you look at your stuff, you're looking at people who wants to create secondary income. So your campaigns, your content should be around one stream of income is not enough. One stream of income is a license to poverty. Maybe you might not know them. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now, inflation is shooting up everywhere. Your bills are not reducing, they are going up. Money is becoming meaningless because of high inflation, high exchange rate. How does that help you? So you have to be clear with, what are my targeted market? Who are the people I'm looking at? So you don't take football and go and pitch to rugby fans and you think they will buy. They're not going to buy. Step number 3, focus your sales and set realistic goals. So realistic goals here, we're talking about what is achievable, what is doable, what can be done, not what a lot of people just wish. A lot of people just come up with ideas that they like and the state of their mind. No, set realistic goals, something that is attainable. That's why I talked about, you can have a 12-month, a 2-year plan, 5-year plan. However, break it down into, guys, we will be doing this in the next 30 days, in the next 60 days, in the next 60 days, in the next 90 days. This is, now you see that a chunk of this, just like a chain. So when 30 days is achieved, 60 days is achieved, 90 days is achieved, before you know, that's how you go. Quarterly is achieved, and then 2 quarters, 3 quarters, then the goal of the year is achieved. Then just sitting back and waiting for 12 months to come. 12 months will come, and then you will not even know what happened. So step number 4, list your team roles and responsibility. In as much as you also want to be successful, you also do know we all struggle. So that's why I believe in the concept of the Bible, iron will always sharpen iron. And that's how best leaders raise a team. I think from leadership perspective, we've come to realize these days that even the leader by title does not know it all. So leader can even struggle, and then you have a staff who've got a new idea. All of those things can happen. List your team's role, bring out what is expected of them. But again, let it not just come from a leader perspective, do X, Y, do X, Y. Yes, you can provide direction. In terms of listing our team's role can become, how about we have a conversation, guys? What can we do? What do you think are the things we can do to help us achieve our 30 days goal, our 60-day goals, and then, so what is everyone's responsibility? Now you're beginning to see that ownership mentality, ownership comes into the equation because while everyone makes contribution, they take responsibility to ensure that it succeeds. Step number 5, examine your sales and marketing toolkits. Now, when we talk about toolkit, could be your processes. What are the channels, the flyers, the designs, how compelling, how attractive, how beautiful are some of the website you design, maybe your flyers or the environment, the workspace. Examine your sales and the marketing tools, because this is where everything happens. Selling or marketing goes there, projects, and the sales guy only writes on the success of effective or good marketing. So you have to look at what process. Are we using social media? Are we using our website? Do we go by, what do you call it? We go by traditional, just in-person kind of, whatever means and medium. These things needs to be measured. So examine all of these processes. Go over your prospecting strategy. Now, one of the issues around sometimes people struggle is, for example, maybe you have not anticipated that every moment is an opportunity to get a lead. Some will be waiting for only when they have a hall or a webinar, and then they can now do a presentation. Forgetting that if you have a clear prospecting strategy, that if every day already you know the script, like I said, maybe if you meet people who are already in MMM, you know how to speak to them. If you meet with someone who have heard but never want to take action like you in your days when you never really open up to it, how do you engage this person? Okay, you meeting someone who is completely a novice, maybe like me, never been there before, don't know how, don't know what. Are you using the same script for everyone? So you have to go over your prospecting strategy. Keep it short, keep it simple, make it something that can be said, done even in seconds. That's why I told you, go through all your PowerPoints or your presentation books, whatever all those materials, compress them into what you can say in X, Y, Z, and make sure the key point that needs to be made is made. Step number 7, determine your sales goals. So how many do we intend to do this month, this quarter, this year? These things need to be clearly spelled out. Remember we said when setting goals, it has to be realistic and not ambiguous, not something that is not measurable, cannot be attained. Find a way to determine your sales goals. And again, remember, once you know what is needed, for example, what do we need to do to be able to achieve a 30-day goal plan, 60-day goal plan? All these things become measured. They are documented. Now you can, from XYZ, if we speak to, for example, when we speak to 10 persons, we get 1 person say yes. Now, what that means is if we need to do 5 persons, then we need to talk to 10 persons times 5. You have to find this stats. Somehow you just find a way. So when you send out, if it is an email you send out, when you send out to 100 people, only 5 say yes. So you need to do much more. So this thing needs to be, to some extent, estimated. Now, step number 8, distill it all into your sales action plan. So I gave you a simple way how to prospect or prospecting flows. Whether you're searching on the web, however you go about getting the leads, you capture the data, clean it up. This is where you begin to qualify. This is where you begin to see, is this the kind of person who want to work? data cleaning. You want to really understand, did this one just sign up by chance, by mistakes? And then you do what they call the CRM, the client relationship management. Now, does this look like my client? Does this fit into our company goals? Are these the kind of people we want to work with, or the ones we don't want? They like football, oh, we're selling rugby. Okay, fine, we don't need you. You have to know what you want so you can know exactly the one you don't want. Prospecting message, stay on with your message. So for every audience, you should have what to say to everyone. That's what it means to be ready as a salesperson. Is it through phone call? However you want to do it. So when you need to call someone, how do you kickstart the conversation? If you go straight to say, join my company, maybe someone will say no to you. How else do you start with how's family? How is business with you? Have you ever thought about a secondary stream? Or just find what works. Step number 9, identify potential partners. Let's tell ourselves the truth. One person alone cannot do everything. So questions like, who does exactly what I do that I can partner with? For example, the business that I know you with, shipping, there are other people who probably do some services next to what you have, but are not in real competition with you that you can partner with. There are those who sells maybe those foods, maybe yours is to bring it into the country, and then there are distributors who come take. How can these distributors become partner of what you do? You must be able to identify who are the people who probably does something similar to what I do, but somehow are not in direct competition with me. Find who to partner with. Step number 10, set a budget for your sales activity. I think it's crazy sometimes. You hear people don't even have a budget for sales, but they want to get income. They are not willing to spend. They're not willing to create the flyer. They're not willing to do the advert, whether it's social media, whether it's traditional TV, radio, newspaper, but they don't have a budget. So you see, when you set out to plan this framework of how you want to execute and predict your sale, just so that every 3 months you know the numbers you should be doing. At least you have an idea. So when it doesn't work, you know where to hold yourself. Who was the weak link? What never came in? Who didn't do what? So what is their budget for such activity? The one that needs to make the phone call. Are they making phone call with their money? Or even if they're making with their money, how do they get paid? How do you measure what they put in? Who does the website? Who does the advert on social media? Set a budget that takes care of all of that. Step number 11, keep an eye on the competition. You can never really just say, I don't want to know what the other guys are doing there. You need to know what's happening on the other side. Who are the top in the multi-level marketing industry? Who are the other top people? I know there are different services, products being offered. What are they doing that you guys can also replicate? What offerings are they giving? How do they go about their presentation? Why do people like them? Remember, when we talk about the consumer psychology, you also need to bring in the same model or the same thermometer to measure your competitors. What are they doing? Keep an eye on them, because you cannot operate in isolation. So step number 12, keep track of meaningful metrics and continue optimize. I would rather say continue to re-strategize. So when we say meaningful traction here or metrics, is from what you did, what is the response like? What needs to be tweaked? So I said jump. And I'm asking you, go find out the other guys within your space. What did you pick up? Or you came up with a script, how to engage people who probably never heard of multi-level marketing before, and then you spoke to the first 5, 10 persons, the feedback they get. How do you go back? How do you go back to reevaluate this feedback you got in a different way so you continue to optimize. Of course, that's the only way to continue to have a predictable prospecting. So here, leads, prospect, and then you get the customers. A lead generation, see from the diagram here, who, whatever it is, marketing, publicity, whatever it is, and then the sales prospecting is once you get them in your funnel, that's when you begin to do the pitch. That's when you begin to find a way to get to know their pain point and how you are able to solve their problems. I want to quickly run this process with you. I think I will just keep it to the 5 effective sales strategy forecast for 2022 and 2023. Now, when I say the most effective, or yeah, that's the word I wanted to use, effective sales strategy, I'm looking at especially what makes it vital and important, potent, and I talked about when we were having a conversation before now, the reels, the short video recording, the 60 seconds video recording that you throw out there. It might look so simple, but you know that thing is so powerful. Go and Google how effective the reels is, such that all social media are just beginning to create their own. It started with Instagram, now you have YouTube have it, Facebook has it. This thing helped to build traction. So let's look at 5 things. And for me, when we talk about marketing, digital marketing is just ultimate. So what is digital marketing? That has to do with anything we do electronically, whether it's a paid advert, social media, the research you do to get information, content management. So what is a content? Content are those things you put out there. Hello, everyone. I am whatever it is, or a poster, or a video. Anything you throw out there on the internet, we don't know where it is called content. Now, here are my 5 effective sales strategies. Number 1, content marketing. So when we say content marketing, again, I've explained what content marketing is. Anything you put out there, whether it is your face, whether it is your business logo, whether it is your, just name it, anything that shows up on your wall, whether it's the business wall or your personal wall, that is called content. There are good people who are good in writing. They call it copywriting. Have you ever read or watched a video and you want to commit to maybe buying the thing or saying yes to whatever offer they are offering? That is a good content marketing. That's why people do videos and you see people just laugh and before you know it goes viral. Social media marketing, of course, I'm sure you already know what this is. You can run your own paid ad. You can run advert on different platforms. Just get people to see, get people to woo them into your website or into your space, your inbox or your email. Whatever it is you do, you are pushing out a message and you want to get a feedback socially. Now we have the hybrid events. Of course, you do this, I'm sure. You host it online and then you have a plugin of, you host the live events in person and then somehow you plug in where people could join you online. So I traveled to Durban, the event was a hybrid. We were on campus and then there are people who plugged in from other part of the world. Now we also have the guest survey. Once in a while, you need to come up with surveys. What is survey? Survey is just where you throw questions and ask people to give you feedback. You can just have to be creative in what you throw out there. So surveys like you want to know people's need. What are people going through right now? You can create questions around needs, struggles, looking for solution, or even looking for recommendation. But the reason why it is effective in 2022 will be effective 2023 and even beyond is that it's another opportunity for you to also engage with your audience, with your likely clients, your prospect. You also want to hear them. They don't want to see you as a robot that cannot be spoken to. And lastly, limited time offers. I'm sure you've seen this before, where people make sales, it's a sales copy, they call it, and then you hear, this is a limited time offer. It only lasts for 24 hours, lasts for 7 days. Like all of these are all good, clever sales strategy. So here's here where I cap this up. The most effective way a company can reach revenue is by creating a customized sales strategy that reflects their unique, I think the key word here is the unique quality of that organization, the unique quality of who you are and what you want. Whatever you create has to be a reflection of what and who you are. Because people buy people first. Before anything else, people want to buy you. I think I'm going to wrap it up here, and then let's take questions and see how far we go from here. Did you get value? Thank you so much. Over to you. Did
Absolutely.
you? Yes.
Absolutely. I muted myself. Absolutely, I did get value. Before I forget, the first time we were talking, you talk about people that I don't know if you said it's your sister company or whatever that curate funnels.
Yes. Okay. My team that does the website parts.
Okay, I'm gonna need because now you were talking about reels and clips like that. I have a channel. I have a channel on YouTube that I call it 6-Minute Arena.
Okay.
Okay, so I obviously have some clips that I want to throw in there. I want to run an ad, but then I need a website and I need a funnel, obviously to create a lead and then direct them to the website there. So I'm not sure how we'll go about that if you get me connected with them, because I've been talking about it and I've not been able to do that. You understand?
Okay, it's fine. I think
so,
sorry if I interrupt you. On that one, I'm going to try and set up. I'll call my team maybe Monday or Tuesday, but I'll get back to you when we can just have a one-on-one
again,
chat.
I'm traveling tomorrow.
Oh, I see.
I'm traveling tomorrow. I'll be airborne.
Okay.
I will be leaving tomorrow, but then I'll be in Nigeria on Monday.
Okay.
Obviously, by next weekend, I'm coming back on Sunday. So by next weekend, Saturday, I think I'll be in Lagos.
Okay.
Because I need to go for a funeral, and so by next week Saturday, I just hope I'll be in Lagos in case. But we'll be communicating for our training in case if I'm running through network, if I'm running through problem, not being able to, I'll notify you earlier.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay, it's fine. We will find a way. Once you're clear with your diary or your planning, we'll find a way around it, and then we'll see how we navigate that space. And okay, what also I wanted to add is, I know you need a website, but I think for the service you have is very specific. My other tech guy may be able to also advise when we hear you well, but I know landing page is the in thing right now, not a website.
I think it's the landing page that I'm talking about, not website as listed.
Because landing page is literally just like a website. Yes, you just need a 1 or 2 pager, and then this is where they're building the sales funnel that you need XYZ, click this, or you take people on a journey and then eventually you take them in. A funnel simply is like this. Whatever it is you do, get people in, and we know what funnel does. Then begin to sieve and filter. But whatever, like in content space right now, it's busy. You will be told that anything you can do to gain traffic, please go for it. Anything, whether they buy or they don't buy. If they don't buy now, they might buy later. In fact, most times they said once people get into your lead, they stay for as long as a year to 5 years before they exit. So there must be something you can also come up with. Okay, we'll give you a free PDF, or we'll give you a free one-on-one, we'll give you a free ebook, free whatever it is, in exchange for an email, in exchange for maybe a phone number, in exchange for. So this we will discuss. I will speak to my team and then also wait to hear from you about your schedule for the week.
If you give me Okay, maybe we'll do that next time. I wanted to play you a clip.
Okay.
I wanted to play you a clip that I recorded. I actually have a lot of them. I have the ones that I did with my kids. I have the ones that I did with.
You can send me. You can send it to me.
Okay.
WhatsApp probably. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I will send you. I will send you one via MP4. I'll compress one MP4 format and send it to you via WhatsApp.
Fantastic, fantastic. I think that would be useful. Okay, so do you have any question from here? And then let's see how we'll wrap this up.
When you said, I think you answered it as well.
Okay.
I think you were in the components you spoke about learning of your prospects, obviously, but I think you answered it. You need to understand how much they know.
Yes.
About what you're talking about. You understand me? You cannot be when you talk about rugby and the soccer. So you answer the question. You cannot be pitching rugby to a soccer fan.
Exactly.
He will not understand. He doesn't know what a try is. He doesn't know. You understand me? Just like my in-law, who is an ardent rugby fan, asked me, why does these guys who play soccer they run up and down, up and down, up and down? You understand me? Yeah. So then I don't understand. Prior to now, I didn't understand why somebody just hit a cricket ball and then they start running up and down with the ball. So, but that is the point. Yeah. Irrespective of how much you think that person is sophisticated, but he doesn't know nothing about that.
Exactly.
So I think you answered the question when you talk about learning.
Great, great. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear. I think it helps. See, I think part of the issues we have when it comes to selling is that not every one of us have the patience to truly understand who the ideal clients are or is, or what their services or product they have, the problem it's solving. Partly that's where the issues are. There are people who, I was in a training over the week where you ask, somebody stood up, what do you sell? Who are your target? He said everybody. So how do you mean everybody buys from you? So I think these are part of the issues that if we understand and take time to know them, it does help how we respond and how we even package. So you're very clear on who you are meeting and not who wants a cricket and yet you're going to sell him a soccer ball.
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, so in absence of if you don't have any further question, I probably will.
You will give me access to this. You'll give me access to the recording, right?
Definitely, I will definitely share with you. I just need you to give me till in the evening. I'm leaving now to PFN meeting.
No,
and then,
as long as you just give it to me, then I will pull it up there. Then
sure, I will do that
for myself. I like to listen, even sometimes. Yeah, that's how when it makes more sense.
Wow, I'll definitely do that. You can count on me. All right. Okay, thank you. I hope to hear from you about your itineraries for the week and then how to get these guys to listen to you about your landing page and what you need created for you.
Absolutely. I did that landing page like day before yesterday. Actually, when I came into, we were talking about disruption.
Yes.
When I came into this in last year or so, early last year, so I see the guys that were doing this thing, they didn't know much about digital marketing. You understand me? So I wanted to take advantage of that because I wanted to. But then over the year, I've seen they've done training. They've gone. The big guys already have done training on them. But still, there is something that I have that they don't have.
Exactly. It is like
There's
what we said.
Of things.
When you do that comparative analysis, you compare them versus you. Certainly, you will always find your own unique point. Remember, your audience is your audience; it's not theirs.
Yes.
And whatever you are is what is unique to you. Not two person has it. It's just unique to you. I'll be happy to really see you at the top. To be very honest, I look forward to that.
It's just a question of time. It's a question of time. It's a question of time. It's just a question of time. I'm not doubting anything.
Sure, sure. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Let me hope to see you in the course of the week. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Yes, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.